Hi, okay, so today I'm going to be solving my non-Mendelian question, but before I do that, I'm just going to go over a couple of definitions. So for incomplete dominance, not all traits are purely dominant or recessive. Sometimes neither of the alleles controlling the trait are dominant. An allele are pairs or series of genes that determine the hereditary characteristics. The genotype is the genetic makeup of a cell, and the phenotype are observable characteristics or traits of an organism. So, let's read the question. In some cats, the gene for tail length shows incomplete dominance. Capital L is the allele for a long tail, and capital N is the allele for no tail. So, as we can see right here, I wrote out the alleles, so capital T, capital L, capital T, capital L is a long tail cat. Capital T, capital N, capital T, capital N is for a no-tailed cat. Capital T, capital L, capital T, capital N is for a short-tailed cat. So we can see with the short tail, it's an example of heterozygous. It's heterozygous for a trait. So it will show a third phenotype. The third phenotype is a blend of the other two, right? So we have the capital L and the capital N. So let's read the first question. A long-tailed cat bred to a cat with no tail. Predict the ratios of the offspring. Genotype. So the genotype of the parents, as we can see under number 1, is going to be capital T, capital L, capital T, capital L, so the long-tailed cat. And the genotype for the no-tail, so capital T, capital N, capital T, capital N. And then I just did a Punnett square to cross both of the genotypes. And the offspring genotype ratios resulted as capital T, capital L, capital T, capital N as 4 out of 4. So 100% of the offspring had this genotype. And as we can see, under number 2, the offspring phenotype ratios resulted as short-tailed cats, so 100% of the offspring were short-tailed cats. Okay, for number 3, a long-tailed cat bred to a short-tailed cat. Predict the ratios of the offspring genotype. So the genotype of the parents is going to be capital T, capital L, capital T, capital L, so a long-tailed cat, and capital T, capital L, capital T, capital N, a short-tailed cat. And I did a Punnett square to cross both genotypes. And the offspring genotype ratios resulted as capital T, capital L, capital T, capital L, so 2 out of 4. So 50% had that genotype. And then capital T, capital L, capital T, capital N, again, 2 out of 4, 50%. Of the offspring had that genotype. And if we look at number 4, the offspring phenotype ratios were 50% or 2 out of 4 long-tailed cats and 2 out of 4 50% short-tailed cats. Okay. The next question asks, 2 short-tailed cats bred, predict the ratio of the offspring genotype. So if we look at number 5, the genotypes of the parents are capital T, capital L, capital T, capital N, which is the genotype for a short-tailed cat. And we have capital T, capital L, capital T, capital N. So 2 short-tailed cats bred. And I just did a Punnett square to cross both of the genotypes. And the offspring genotype ratios resulted as capital T, capital L, capital T, capital N, so 2 out of 4, and capital T, capital L, capital T, capital L, 1 out of 4, capital T, capital N, capital T, capital N, 1 out of 4. So the offspring phenotype ratio resulted as 50% or 2 out of 4 of the offspring being short-tailed, 1 out of 4 or 25% being long-tailed, and 1 out of 4 or 25% having no tail. So that is my solution for the non-Mendelian question.